how did you feel about being left out of that first one? I know they had an awful lot of people under contract then, so they felt like, oh, well, we can use this. And of course, there's a lot of rewriting history and the like, but I loved Forever Hardcore because I did not come along until years into ECW. So getting to see all these early stories directly from you guys were incredible.
Yeah, and it goes back to what I said at the beginning of the interview. It's like a lot of times WWE left us out of things. And like you said, they used the people who were already there. And so you saw the same guys and girls being used for all these videos. And we're just like, wow, it would have been nice if they could have got a different perspective once in a while.
For sure.
Then when this came out, it was like, okay, this is your chance to tell your side of the story that they didn't let you have a voice on. And so we were just like, okay. And this one was really good because, like I said, you saw a lot of the guys that you didn't see before.
I remembered, like, on that documentary, there were some things that Shane was saying that you were debunking. And obviously now you guys, I mean, I see you guys on the convention scene together all the time now. It didn't seem like it was the case back then.
No, there was a falling out between Shane and I before he left for WCW. I don't want to get into the whole why we fell out because it's no one's business, but there was a time where we had to work together and we weren't speaking, and that was rough. And so, he has apologized to me and, said he's not the same person as he was before. I feel bad because we lost a lot of years because he was like my best friend in the business. But we talked it over and he did say he was wrong, which I was just like, in my, like when you're a female and you don't have seniority, you really have to bite your tongue a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be as vocal as I wanted to be back then. But now, having like 31 years in the business, I'm like, yeah, well, this is what happened and blah, blah, blah. So we had to sit down and we talked about everything. And we've been good for years now because this was falling out a long time ago. But he is one of my best friends. I talk to him several times a week. And, all this time later, still doing loops with him and Sandman and Jerry and my friends is the biggest blessing I can ask for. But, back then when I was filming that, I did not hear his side. So I was just getting Jeremy go, well, he said, blah, 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 blah. And I like,
of course.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to say. And it was like, they would show me, they would show him, they would show me, they would show him, but they never told the backstory. So everybody to this day is like, well, what were you fighting about? And I'm just like, don't worry about it. It's good.
It made for good documentary footage.
It left you a little confused, but when he did call me to do his series of shows, I said, it was the first time I'd spoken to him in like a couple years. And I was like, oh, it's going to be like Carrie when she wins prom queen and you're going to drop the blood on my head. And I'm scared to come there. And he's like, no, we would never do that. And I remember showing up at the arena and they filmed it, which was so awkward because I was just like, okay, it's bad enough I haven't talked to him in a long time. Now you're going to film it and put it on the DVD. And they did. And I remember walking in the room and I'm looking for the pail of blood. I'm looking like, are you going to get me? And he came up and extended his arms and we hugged and talked and that was that. So sometimes you just have to nip it in the bud.
Of course.
But at that time, I didn't think I was allowed to. Like, I was so afraid I was going to get heat for voicing opinions.
Yeah.
So, but we got it done.